Disclaimer. This episode features a story of Poznan and some friends interacting with a bad person who just so happens to also be on the autism spectrum. We here at Butt Spectrum Club do not condone, encourage, or accept the harassment of anyone, including people on the spectrum. We apologize to anyone this episode may offend.
Like, if we were watching a fucking video and, like, Wendigoon said something, like, unhinged, like, and then the boy went missing, and they found him 2 days later with a spoon in his eye, and would have been like, there's a spoon in his eye! Something like that.
He's not even playing off of it for, like, a joke. He's just like, he's got a spoon in his eye.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, like, it's not adding anything. It's not like it's a little jab at the video or anything. He's just reiterating shit that we already know.
Like, homie could have at least said, like, some unfunny shit like, only a spoonful.
No! No, that would have been funny!
Yeah! Woo! And we're back. We're back with some more Minecraft. Also, there's a spider somewhere. I'm gonna go kill it. Oh, he's in your farm.
That bitch! No, let me get him. Let me get him.
Okay.
This is personal. I got him.
You sure you got him? He's locked onto me, so he's right here.
Ah, okay. I got this. This is how I conquer my arachnophobia. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn!
Bitch. Sorry.
You one-hit that bitch.
I got sharpness 1. I have an enchanted sword.
That's real sexy, and I'm not gonna lie.
But I have an enchanted item.
Yeah.
Oh, that bitch! Get the fuck out of here. Shit ass.
I should enchant some shit. Actually, I want to wait.
You know what that feels like, hitting somebody with a chancla.
But no, I want to wait until I get diamond shit before I start enchanting shit. But yeah, no, you should.
I am not so. I'm not so smart.
You should tell the New Year story.
All right. Are you ready? Damn, this
and my thing's already broken.
No, but I had a few people. I had a few of our friends over for New Year's, and when I mean a few of our friends, I mean Drew and.
Yes.
But
actually,
my parents also had a couple people over, so it's me, Drew, Rob, my parents' friends, and then they just had to bring their son over with them, which is pretty uncommon because he's pretty much just a Discord goblin.
Oh,
where he just kind of sits on his computer all day, not really doing a whole bunch. Oh shit. Which is fine. Like, that's within his right. He's a college student. It is winter break. All respect, no hate.
Also, actually, Anna, I put a crafting table in the villager house, so if you need shit in there, or if you need shit, you can go in there.
Okay, so I don't have to travel all the way back to our house, even though our house is, like, right here.
Yeah, just making the process a little bit easier, since this is probably one of the most tedious things you could possibly do in Minecraft.
Oh shit, I already had a shovel. Bro, I am so fucking hot and sexy. Let me enchant this bitch real quick.
But anyway, yes, about the Discord goblin.
Yes, his name, we're gonna call him Chode.
Chode?
For convenience's sake. Yeah, and he was the same guy that I drove home.
Oh no, not that guy.
Yes.
Did we tell that story on the channel? I don't remember.
I don't know, but just in case I haven't, quick recap. I drove him home once. Like, his parents and my parents are super close, so it was whatever. Like, I've dealt with him before. I didn't think it was gonna be a problem. But we got into the car, and it's like an hour drive from my college back home. Mm-hmm. And he does this little maneuver where I guess he thought that I was more of an adult than he was for whatever reason. And he was like, "Hey, are you hungry?" And I was like, "Kinda." And he was like, "Do you want to stop for some food?" And I was like, "Sure. What a good idea." And we stop at a McDonald's, and I get my quarter pounder because I was hungry. And he
Right.
gets his chicken nuggies, and he's large fry, and he's large sody pop. And he just kind of steps aside, and he's like, "Okay, you can pay now." And I'm like, "For both of us?" He's like, "Yeah." Oh, okay. So, you're getting skinned later. What the fuck? That happens, and when we're driving back, he has this really bad habit of talking at people rather than to them, so it can come off as really condescending.
Right.
If he is not being fucking careful, which he never is. But he's telling me about oh, my clock, I think it's gonna shatter soon. Oh no! Why is this like the 4th time that shit has broken on me this week? I'm sorry, I got off track.
That's
But
fine.
I'm driving him home, and he's like, "Do you want to listen to Randy Feltface?" And I love Randy Feltface.
I love
Like,
him
it's a
too.
good, yeah. There's a couple. He's got a lot of good stories, but I was like, no. And he's like, "Why
No,
not?"
no,
And I'm
I
like,
don't.
"I don't want to. We're listening to something already. This is my car. I'm driving you home. You also haven't given me gas money, so you should be in the trunk, by the way." But to make things easy, the answer is no. And the best part was when I drove him back after the weekend was over, and he was like, "Can we listen to it now?" Because I mean, like, I told him no, but I was like, "We'll just listen to it on the way back,"
Right.
which like appeased him. And he's like, "Can we listen to it now?" And I said no, and he was like, "But you said that we could." And I looked at him and I said, "I lied.
I lied
We're
to
not
you.
listening to it. This is my car, motherfucker."
This
Until
this ain't like
you
other
learn.
people's rules where the person on the side gets the aux. No, no, no. When I'm driving, I want to listen to what I want to listen to.
I am driving an hour and I have to listen to your
That too.
sad, lonely ass talk about some fucking D&D campaign that I am not participating in anyways. And you just expect me to care on proxy because it's a similar interest that we share. That's not how the world works, brother. There's a time and place. There's a time and a place, you know? There's a situation where if somebody's like, "Hey, I'm talking about D&D," and you're like, "Oh, I have a D&D story. Let me relate to you by telling one of my own." Say it out of nowhere. Like, he has no filter. He has no consideration for anything that's happening around him. We could be at dinner talking about how the queen has died, like just a horrible, brutal fucking death, and he could be like, "So, anyways, about Leopold III on his quest. He tried to seduce a dragoness, and it didn't work too well, so he got fucked." Just out of nowhere, like no warning, nothing. And that's what it's always like talking to him. It's like talking to a brick wall. And they come over for they come over for New Year's, and he's there. I didn't expect that. I don't think anyone did. We were like, he's just gonna stay at home, but there was offer of food, so we decided to crawl out of his little dungeon. And he's sitting up there and he's eating some chicken, and my mom, she like pulls me aside and she goes, "Anna, do you mind if he comes downstairs and hangs out with you guys for a little bit, just to get him off our chest?" And I was like,
no.
"Sure, not a problem. I'll let the boys know and we'll be good." And she's like, "Thank you." So I go downstairs, and I think that I have a couple minutes to like indoctrinate them. Like, you know, let them know what they're about to walk into, because dealing with Chode, not a good time.
Should probably fill up this creeper hole. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get no such luxury of that concept of time. I get like maybe 10 seconds to be like, "This is the guy that I drove home. The story I told you, and you, the thing that we are all aware of him being kind of a bad person, he gets to hang out with us now. Great." So I kind of slip that in because that's what I figure they are going to know him from.
Right.
And that story kind of sums up beautifully everything that you need to know about him right away. But he, you know, Toddles downstairs. We were watching a Wendigoon video about like the missing 411 cases where just a bunch of people randomly disappeared. And Drew and are like instantly stiff and weird. But I was already being kind of weird because it was just like anxious or nervous energy, you know? There's like two groups of people that I did not anticipate to like overlap, you know?
Yeah.
This is a crossover episode, but not a good kind of crossover episode.
This is like Uncle Grandpa coming in Steven Universe. Like, I don't want this.
Yes, pretty much. And yeah,
this ain't
it's
like
weird,
when
it's
fucking
awkward.
Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents crossed over and it was the coolest shit ever.
Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, let's fucking go. That's the good stuff right there. But no. None of that for us. And I try to do like the little this is Drew, this is
Let's do it.
That's blah blah blah. Play nice. And Drew, he has a very short temper. He has a very short fuse. Like, I think we've discussed that before on the channel.
Plenty o time.
And I don't...
Also, it's Betty by time in Minecraft.
Okay. I didn't even enchant my fucking shovel. Let me do that real quick. That's efficiency.
But he has a short fuse, yeah.
Yeah, he has a short fuse. And like I've kind of elaborated or alluded to, is that he has no... Sorry. Chody, how about we call him that?
It's fine, I can just censor it.
He's got like no concept of social cues or like what's appropriate to do or to not do.
Right.
Or like when it's appropriate to talk and when it's appropriate to shut the fuck up.
Typical. I can't say that. I can't say that. I'm so
but
sorry.
it takes like maybe 25 minutes and Drew just leaves. like we're sitting in the basement, we're watching a video. Chody is making like 2014 Tumblr kind of unfunny comments like, "Oh my god, that's so funny," and he's like, just it's just bad. It's not funny. It's not adding anything.
Can you give me an example, please, just so I can...
He's just like, if we were watching a fucking video and like Wendigoon said something like unhinged, like, and then the boy went missing and they found him 2 days later with a spoon in his eye, and would have been like, there's a spoon in his eye, something like that.
He's not even playing off of it for like a joke. He's just like, he's got a spoon in his eye.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, like, it's not adding anything. It's not like it's a little jab at the video or anything. Like, he's just reiterating shit that we already know.
Like, homie could have at least said like some unfunny shit like, only a spoonful.
No, that would have been funny. You don't understand. JJ, however many times like Drew or and I have given you shit for not being funny, you are funnier than him by tenfold.
That's true. They do, jokingly. I just want to point that out. I'm sure there's gonna be like somebody who sees that is like, ooh, that's shitty of them to do. No, they're joking. And also, I'm not that funny.
I was gonna say, like, we riff each other all the fucking time. Like, everyone makes fun of me because I'm bad at video games. We all make fun of JJ because he can't be funny sometimes.
We make fun of Drew because he's
a
super easy to piss off.
And then we don't make fun of that much.
We don't make fun of because is like genuinely really cool.
Yeah, he's really cool.
I'd say the only thing that we make fun of him for is that we've seen his ass like way too many times. And when I say his ass, I mean literally his ass.
Yes. We don't mean like just like a peek. We mean like the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah. So we're watching that video for like 15 minutes. Drew leaves in the middle of it. I text him. I'm like, "Are you okay?" Because he just stepped out to get some air. That's what he told me.
Right.
And I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "I just got a really weird fucking energy from that guy." And I'm like, "I'm not surprised. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. He came down a lot faster than I anticipated." Because he just trolloped downstairs. and that was he was our problem now. And we sit around and I'm like texting Drew and I'm trying to think of a way to like weasel my way out of the situation so I can go check on him and make sure that like he was genuinely okay. Because we were watching some retarded ass videos too. We were watching like Mr. Epic Man.
Mr. Epic Man.
That's what it was. It was Mr. Epic Man. We weren't watching Wendigo. We were watching Mr. Epic Man. That is a YouTube channel from many years ago, but there's like some of his most popular uploads are like
oh yes, I know this guy.
Go through a patient. Yes, yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, making my roommate go through a patient's test. Like it's really funny, but it's dumb humor.
Yeah.
So Drew's getting like he's already getting kind of like riled up. He's like, "This is dumb. I see why it's funny, but it's dumb." And then I'm doing the, you know what, fucking.
Again, I could just fucking censor his name out. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I already do it for fucking. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, the unfunny fucking comments thing, and then I leave. Follows after me. All three of us are outside. We kind of just have a rehash of the conversation that I had with Drew, where I was like, I got a really weird energy with him. I didn't know how to handle it, so I left. It's like, great, cool. I legitimately understand where he was coming from. He's a lot to deal with. He's really difficult to handle sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was like, under any circumstances, don't bring up D&D. He will talk about it for at least half an hour, and you won't care about a single bit of it. He can be kind of condescending. If he says something shitty to you, let it fly, because if you give him shit back, he will take it super personally and then get salty about it for like the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And then he also has no it's like talking to a wall. Like you can tell him to stop and he won't. You can tell him to shut up and he won't. Well, there was like another thing that he does. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, everyone gets wrangled back inside. We go back downstairs. Somewhere in the midst of that was like, I wasn't expecting this. And it was like, were you expecting a warm welcome? You're intruding. Like, he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't invited. I didn't want him to be downstairs because I don't really enjoy spending time with him that much either, because he'll do like the middle school thing where like he'll show you a meme on his phone, but he doesn't like slide it over to you or like send it to you. He like shoves his phone in your face and like holds it out like an arm's length, and it's like, look, isn't it funny? It's like a fucking Roblox meme, and it's like, I don't listen, it's not even no, this isn't good. I'm sorry, I'm struggling to find the words to like...
I already know the answer. It's not ironic.
No, it's not. It's not. But eventually I was like, I don't want to sit around and watch a fucking YouTube video and keep listening to him having this shrieky little laugh. We have to do something. So we end up playing Uno.
Uh-huh.
And this is the part of the story where I thought that Drew and were gonna kill him.
Yeah, the second you...
What did you say you cut out?
I was like, oh no. Oh no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. And I asked his dad to come downstairs. Like, we need a middleman. His dad and I, we worked together on a few theater shows when I was back in high school, so I'm very familiar with him.
Right.
And he comes downstairs. That alone makes things like 10 times easier, but he was still being a piece of shit.
Right.
Like, every time, like, we would go through a cycle, like a rotation, or like the Uno reverse card would like switch up the rotation and we would get mixed up and not know whose turn it was. He started doing this thing where he would like be like, it's your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn, every single fucking time. It switched to a different person, which got old super fast. He also called by the wrong name. He called him Ron.
Oh no.
Which immediately made me furious, because it's like, if you're gonna come down here and you're gonna intrude on my space along with my friend's space, you at least should have the decency to know what their fucking name is.
Yeah.
It is not that hard. That is bare bones essential shit. And it's like, oh, to be fair to him, he could have just misheard me say what his name is. But you should still double check, you know?
Yeah.
That it's not that hard.
Okay.
Not that hard. What was that?
Did correct him?
Yes.
Did he do it multiple times?
No.
Okay.
It was just the one time. I could tell that he was embarrassed though, which I guess is a good sign because at least he had like some awareness that he fucked up.
Yeah.
But he started doing a thing where like when we get like really riley or like rowdy and like we would just be like, ooh, +2, +2, +2, like that kind of shit. And he'd do like the shrieky laugh that I was telling you about earlier. And that alone is pretty irritating. But then he was like putting his hand on my shoulder and it was like, Brandy, this is so funny. It's like, don't touch him. You're not friends. You're not that familiar with each other. I've known for like 3 years and I barely put my hand on his shoulder.
Yeah, but you're not a touchy person in general.
You are. What?
I said, yeah, but you're not a touchy person in general.
Yeah, that's very fair. Don't touch him. You're not friends. You guys are literally strangers. But he's just God. I think that was like most of it, but like when he like just the expression on Drew and his face was simultaneously priceless but also super depressing. Because I really wanted to have a good time. Like, you weren't there. I was already like, damn, it's not the boys without JJ. Shit!
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I know you said that you're kind of glad that I didn't show up. I wish I did now. Like, I don't care what you did, what you'll say about that. I swear, like, the second that you drive me home and we have that little talk outside my house, it'd be the funniest shit ever.
I was gonna say, like, you would have roasted him alive. That's the thing that I missed out of that exchange. Because, I don't know, Drew cuts into people deep, but Drew's like, that's really harsh. I'm not gonna say that, which, that's fine.
I mean, okay, real quick, just so I'm sure about this. Is he autistic?
We have a lot of speculation about that. I think he is.
So I was gonna say,
I'm not sure. He is gay. That doesn't really have any.
He's gay.
It doesn't have anything to do with anything. But whenever we've had like 2 conversations now where it's like, bro, I don't actually think he's gay. I think being autistic and asexual go hand in hand more often than you think.
Yeah.
I think he's like saying that he's gay, just
and if not, it turns into some Chris Chan shit.
Yeah. So there was that. Like as soon as he left, though, like all of us were just like dogging on him. We were like, he's the most irritating piece of shit I've ever met in my entire life. Like Rob, I think Rob said that he was the most annoying person he's ever met.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I mean, Drew, there was like one point where he told me that he was ready to like go across the table and punch him in the face.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, just so everybody knows, it takes a lot for Drew to get that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say Drew gets like he has a short fuse, but he gets irritated, not angry. Yeah. I don't think he was angry, but he was very frustrated. And like I've seen him like agitated before. It's never been that bad because I think like both of them after a while just kind of shut down. That was the other thing that I told them. That's what I was trying to say earlier, where it's like if he like looks at you and says some shits, you just have to like nod and smile. Like it doesn't matter. It's gonna be useless and dumb, and you're not gonna care. But just smile and nod, because it'll get it over with sooner. So they were doing it for a while. But that was the thing where, like, I was trying to, like get after him a little bit because he was being irritating, and like his dad gave him a lot of shit when we were playing, and I was like, oh, so I'm gonna give him shit now too, since we've already established that's a thing that we can do. And I was kind of lagging, and he snapped at me like he had his fingers like a couple inches away from my face and snapped
that
at me.
is so not okay.
And was like, it's your turn. And I looked at him and I said, don't forget whose house you're in. If you snap at me like that again, I will literally kick you out. And he was like, like he laughed like I was joking. I was completely serious. His parents, they are lovely people. I would have taken their son by the scruff of his sweatshirt and kicked him out with my fucking bare foot.
Yeah. That does sound really bad.
I do not care. I do not care who you are. If you snap at me, I will break your fingers. There's no situation where like snapping at somebody like that is acceptable. It is always rude.
Yeah.
And I remember like after we called it the debriefing.
The debriefing.
Like once like when he left, he was like, "All right, let's sit around. Let's talk about this for a minute." And
have a discussion.
Yeah. Straight. We have to have like a fucking philosophical discussion after that. Like debate our our morality. Like, is it okay to murder someone? It like generally no. Specific guy, maybe. Yeah, but Drew, he just said that was like I've been irritated with people before. I was angry. I was legitimately angry with him.
Yeah.
Like, he could have died. I could have killed him and not have blinked.
Zero remorse.
Zero remorse. I'm sorry. The kid. Fuck them kids. That's all we gotta say about the matter.
Well, what an amazing having to end the episode.
And oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. There we go. Perfect. I fixed my hair clip. That's what I've been trying to do while I was telling the story.
Speaking of fixing, I need to fix my fucking mic. I don't know why it's being gay.
Yeah. So that was the first big kahuna. I have another big kahuna of a story to tell in the next episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should share that later.
Yeah.
All right, Anna, go ahead, give some forehead kisses.
All right, everybody. Unless your name is everyone.
Yeah,
everyone line up.
You stay the fuck over there. Stay the
literally
fuck over
go
there
fuck yourself.
Where we literally don't have to deal with you right now. Or ever.
I'm gonna say you don't understand, JJ. When he snapped at me, he should have feared for his life.
Yeah, I agree.
That's rude.
It's incredibly rude.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, and then I told his dad after it happened, not about the snapping, but like when I drove him home that one time and he got food, and I told him that, and I was like genuinely shocked that he didn't skin him alive. Like, I thought he was going to die. Yeah. But everyone line up. We gotta give some forehead kisses. We gotta go. Yeah, there you go.
Goodbye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Because, goddamn, when I edit it, I'm gonna be dying. Bye.
I hope I did that experience justice. At least I hope it was enjoyable to listen to me talk about that.
Oh, it was. That shit was fucking hilarious.